Alright, so boom. Mandem, galdem. I have found the ultimate money saving hack. Come closer. It is to not have any friends.
Inspired me to make this video because she did her version in New York and I wanted to do a Toronto version. I basically documented all my spending and went back and calculated my daily spending, and I just thought it would be really interesting to share it with you guys. In no way is this video trying to teach you guys about budgeting. That wasn't my intent. I was just spending like how I usually spend. I wrote it all down in my notes, and this is what I spend in a week living in Toronto at 23 years old.
The easiest way to keep constant track of your spending habits is to just get into the habit of checking your bank account on a regular basis.
Said what I said.
Check it every day or every other day. It's one thing to have a budget. Yeah, obviously you have a budget. But if you are constantly aware of what's going on, what's coming in and out, especially out of your bank account, you won't be blindsided with the balance in your accounts at the end of the week or month.
In true Canadian fashion, you know, you have to start the day off with some Timmies. So I spent $7.64 on one small French vanilla and two, it wasn't all for me, okay? I got it from my boyfriend and his siblings too. Two 12-piece honey dip Timbits. So I had one all to myself and then the second one he gave to a sibling. So that was $7.64 spent on Friday morning. And then I went out for dinner. It was a Friday, okay? And then I had ramen and fried chicken. I think it's called karaji in Japanese. Karaji, I have to Google it, sorry. It's gonna bother me. So I spent $21.08 at Sansote. It was so good. I don't regret this one bit, I'm sorry. And then a Coke. My total for that day was $28.72 spent on Friday. And then on Saturday, November 17th, I had A&W breakfast. That costed $9. I got a combo. I got I think it was bacon and egg sandwich with a hash brown and an orange juice, I'm pretty sure. Usually I eat breakfast at home, I'm not even kidding, but for some reason that day, I think it was, oh yeah, so it was a Saturday, so I drank Friday night, yes. So I woke up, yeah, and then it's coming back, I wanted fast food. So yeah, that's why I got that.
I found in my personal life and in my friend's life, whenever we've indulged in certain types of pleasures, it tends to make us irrational in our decision making. My advice in the past have been watching a lot of these P-Hub sites, you know what I mean? Adult content, XXX, you know what I'm saying?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say
what? What?
Say what?
I found that whenever I binge watch that type of stuff, like multiple days in a row, whatever it is, my spending habits were usually irrational. I would eat out more than I usually would. I would spend more than I usually would. I don't know what it is. I think this is the our amygdala. Our amygdala is the prehistoric type of our brain, and the prefrontal cortex is the more modernized decision-making part of our brain.
Albert controlling Rex. An example where Albert fails is if you have a psychological addiction problem. Let's say it is just smoking weed, drinking alcohol, and you know you shouldn't do it, and every single day you wake up saying, I'm not going to do it again. Well, that's Albert talking. But Albert's not in control. So later in the day, say around 4:20 in the afternoon, Albert's a bit worn down. He's not so much there. Especially if you've had to make a lot of decisions or you've had to use a lot of willpower. If you're tired, if you're drunk or stressed, emotional, angry, depressed, lonely, Rex will take over. And we know this. That's what he's there for. So the secret is to learn how Albert can control Rex. And you know the secret to controlling Rex lies in a pyramid. It's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is the logical strategy that Albert needs all wrapped up in a bow so he can follow it. All Albert needs to do is keep above esteem level, just to have an ability to control powerful Rex. How? Get your sleep, eat well, be healthy. That's like level 1 of life. If you're not doing that, you haven't passed level 1.
So when you're constantly feeding your amygdala and constantly giving into your desires and pleasures, it just makes you get into the habit of constantly seeking that instant pleasure despite foregoing the long-term benefits or long-term risks. So it's one thing to smoke a lot of weed or you drink a lot of alcohol. That's one thing, right? You're buying the money for that. But then the repercussions in productivity and other spending that occur from that also negatively affect your bank account. So if you struggle with nicotine, marijuana, or alcohol, I have some resources in the description for you to definitely check out. So.
And then Saturday evening I went to the mall, and my dad has been asking me to get him some winter boots, so I spent $180.79 at Softmock for winter boots for him, not for me. And my total for that Saturday was $189.85. Ooh, it's getting a little interesting now. Sunday, November 18th, started off the day at Starbucks and I got a chai latte for $5.25. That was like my only Starbucks trip that week. I swear I only go like once or twice a week to edit sometimes, and usually I drink my chai lattes at home. Disclaimer, just have to say that. And then I spent $58.75 on cat food at PetSmart. They have to eat. I had to get it for them. This one was uncalled for. I just finished editing my video and I thought I did a really good job.
You know, pets are, I don't know. The cost benefit of a pet, based on my experience, I feel like, honestly, you should only really have pets if you have a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that you're not the only one taking care of it, and you're not the only one liable for that pet. You know what I'm saying?
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts is not facts. It's not facts. It's facts.
I know there's this whole wave of pet therapy, but the cost benefit of a pet, maybe as a single person, you know, as me, I feel like, especially a dog. Cat I can see is a little bit more low maintenance, but a dog, bro, a dog is high maintenance. Or maybe getting a rabbit or a hamster type of thing that's not as like handsy might be a better option. But pets, reserve the pets for when you have a family. I think that's more, it makes more sense.
So I treated myself to Bakuri sushi, and I spent $24.02 on sushi, and that was definitely unnecessary. I didn't need it at all. But you know, I haven't had sushi in a while. Why not get it? Because I haven't had it in so long. So my total for Sunday, it's been an expensive weekend, was $88.02. Again, that sushi was unnecessary, I know that. I need to stop like spoiling myself or think I deserve sushi when I don't, or like food when I don't, you know? Because that's how I like treat myself. So Monday,
I think part of what makes people not be as stingy with their money is not having a goal. Like, what is your goal with the money? The money that you have coming in, what is your goal with that money?
And this is what I'm doing. I'm not getting involved. I'm here to enjoy myself, GC style, do you know what I mean? I just want to be me.
Right? Are you a steward of your money? I think the most basic goal most people should have is at least getting into the habit of setting aside 20% or even 10%, like just a small portion of your income every time directly into your savings account. So if you get $2,000 every 2 weeks, $200 directly into your savings account, and as a result, you are already living below your means. And I think a good savings goal should be to have at least 1 to 3 months worth of expenses covered. So if your rent is $1,000 per month, you have anywhere from $1,000 to maybe even $5,000 saved up in your savings account to cover rent for the next 3 months and any additional expenses, right? And even when it comes to like utilities, right? Utility bills, electricity, gas, stuff like that. I have a whole video on how to cut down on your utility bills. I'll leave it in the description or in the cards up here. But air drying your clothes as opposed to drying it with the dryer machine, definitely top tier, right? And also being mindful of how much water you use while washing the dishes, while brushing your teeth, and especially in the shower, right? Maybe turning it off anytime you're just soaping and then putting it back on whenever you actually need it to cleanse off the soap.
19th. This one, I didn't even like, you know those ones where you buy the food and then like the first few bites are good, but like as you keep eating it and you're like almost done, you realize I didn't need to get this. You know, like I could have ate something else that was cheaper and I would even feel more fulfilled than this. So that
Oh, yes. For those who have hunger cravings or whenever, you know, whether it's a hunger craving or weed craving or alcohol craving, changing your state helps curb and reduce that craving. If you have the craving to eat out or the craving to smoke, whatever it is, drink alcohol, even watch adult content, simply breathe in, breathe out. Do that 10 times. Breathe in, doing that 10 times back to back allows you to shift your mindset from that craving to something else, or even doing a couple push-ups. Part of the thing that makes cravings hard to dissipate is constantly focusing your mind and attention on that craving. So instead of saying, I don't want to eat out, don't mention eating out in your mindset or mind state. Focus on the outcome that you do want. Say, I'd rather save money, or I'd rather breathe some good air. I'd rather something else other than the outcome you're trying to avoid.
My realization for when I decided to order Domino's pizza on a Monday night, and that was $22. It was $13 for like a large pizza and a Coke, but you know they always get you with the delivery and then tax and then tip. So yeah, it was $22 at Domino's, and then I had to pay my DHL delivery customs fee, which was $44.75. That was all on Monday, and I spent $66.75 on Monday. I know a lot of this was very unnecessary, and now looking back, like, I could have made better financial decisions, you know? I didn't need to do that. So Tuesday, November 20th, I spent $46.12 on I ordered something off of My Mom Made It, and I had to pay the express shipping and delivery. In my defense, I ordered it, I thought it was Canadian, but it was actually USD for the express shipping. And when I got billed for it on my transactions, I saw that it translated to Canadian, so I was like, oh fuck. Didn't know it was that expensive. My monthly Apple bill was $4.51. So for that Tuesday, I spent $50.63.
Oh, another big hack. If you're trying to get your feet wet into the whole saving money type of wave, go on a spending freeze. So essentially, don't spend more than $25 for that week. If it's not groceries or gas or some type of like fixed bill or fixed expense, don't spend money that week. So you take out $25 from your ATM or from your bank's branch, take it out, $25, and this is what you have to use to manage for the rest of the week. So groceries, sure, pay for groceries, gas, and the necessary expenses. But if it's not gas or grocery related, you have $25 to manage for the rest of the week. And then that allows you to try and, like, you know, build that financial muscle of saving.
Just for that, I'm gonna spend my whole childhood eating what I want and doing drugs when I want. Whatever, I do what I want.
On Tuesday, I'm not liking these numbers one bit. So Wednesday, November 21st, I had to get gas at a Husky gas station. I don't know why, that was like the closest one to me, and I spent $25. And then I was also very, very far away from home. I was like all the way in the West End, and I needed help getting home, and my phone died and I didn't have a charger with me, so I had to go in the gas station and get a charger and the USB port to put in my car because I didn't have any of those. And I also wanted to listen to music, so I had to get it. I had to spend an additional $14.67. So yeah, gas and the charger and the USB together cost $39.66. Thursday, November 22nd. It was almost Friday, so I had to like eat out, you know? So yeah,
that mindset is what puts people in trouble.
$15,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my.
It's almost Friday, so I had to eat out, you know? And that's why if you have the $25 and you haven't spent it for most of the week, you give yourself that buffer room to actually spend money. But imagine only spending $25 for that entire week, right? Compared to constantly having no really barrier between you and the money that you spend. I always think about the money that I spend in terms of hours of work. So if an item costs $200, I ask myself, is this item worth maybe 20 hours of my life or 10 hours of my life? If you put it through that type of funnel, it makes you a bit more stingy and a bit more financially cautious.
Went to Phoque. It's actually a really funny name. Phoque, P-H-O-Q, Phoque. And then yeah, so I spent $17.89 on a bowl of pho and then chicken wings and Coke. And then I went to LCBO because it was a Thursday, so I had to prepare for Friday. So, you know, Friday I get a little tipsy. $13.95 on a bottle of wine. I'm not even gonna try to justify that. I wanted that bottle of wine, sorry. And I spent $31.84 on Thursday. We're at the last day now. This is gonna be the quickest video ever, what the hell? Okay, so we're at Friday, and this day wasn't the most I spent, but I felt to myself like I kept tapping. I was buying a lot, but I thought the total was gonna be a lot more, but it's, you know, it's not that bad. So little background on this Friday. So I went to the St. Lawrence market, and for those of you guys who don't know, you're not in Toronto, it's basically like a huge markets, and they have like stores, and they sell cheese, they sell pasta, they sell bagels, they sell deli meat, they sell everything. It was my first time going, so I went off. I don't regret it because the pasta, that fresh pasta, changed my life, and I'm actually gonna go there this weekend to indulge again. Let me break down my expenses.
So it's like a double whammy. You spending a lot, plus if you're not careful, you're also getting fat a lot too, right?
For that, I'm gonna spend my whole childhood eating what I want and doing drugs when I want. Whatever, I do what I want.
This is why intermittent fasting has really been the game saver for me in terms of like just like spending less money, and then also, you know, losing more weight or losing more fat. That's the key. So, you know, doing like a little 16 fasting to 8 eating window, or just doing some type of fasting instead of maybe, let's say you have your last meal at 11 o'clock, right? You don't eat anything past 11 p.m. and then you won't eat again until maybe 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 4 p.m., right? Just giving your body a little break to digest the food and to not always be constantly eating and spiking insulin allows you to lose some weight and also save some money on your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Intermittent fasting, bro. 16/8, 18/6, 24. Whatever fasting to eating window works best for you. Definitely top tier.
On that Friday. So started off with goat cheese wrapped in prosciutto, and I got 2 of those, and then I got 2 grape leaves, and that totaled to $2.70 for like 4 little items. And then I spent $5.63 on a smoked salmon bagel because I saw the Montreal bagel, and I don't know, I've tried Montreal bagels before and they were amazing. I had to try it, so yeah. And then I spent $14.52 on fresh ravioli and Coke. And then I spent $11.60 on some goat cheese for my mom because my mom loves cheese, and I was there and they had cheese everywhere, all kinds of cheese, and I had to get her something, which by the way,
Shoshana, you're giving me a heart attack, bro. You're giving me a heart attack. Yo!
really likes, so she has some of that too. And then I had to end the day off with coffee for $4.27. And then my Disney Plus subscription charged me $8.99. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep my subscription. I do enjoy it, like, you know, when I'm bored, I just turn that on and I kind of like, it just reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, this is a friendly reminder to go through your Apple or the settings in your Google Play or Apple iTunes subscription feed. Go through the subscriptions and maybe cancel some things you no longer use or need, right? Definitely those monthly subscriptions, definitely you just forget about it, and if you're not constantly checking your bank account, you won't notice the transactions coming out because you're not physically constantly spending the money.
Keep it, I'm not sure, but I was shocked when I saw that charge because I thought it was a whole month, but it's actually 7 days that you get for free. And that ended my Friday totaling at $47.71 spent on Friday. Okay, so I'm gonna add up all those numbers and I will get my weekly totals, so let's do that right now. I'm not proud of this number at all. I'm even kind of embarrassed to say it. My weekly total is $543.18 spent. Wow, I don't like that number at all. Yeah, I have to lower my spending to like $250 a week or something because this is kind of crazy.
Bro, that's a full work day. And say you get paid $100 per day, right? For a full 5-day period. That's a full work. You always she spent someone's whole salary, you know, for a full week. But yo, mandem, galdem, bruv, the biggest hack when it comes to money management, I think it's just checking your bank account. Once you check your bank account, it will give you a bit more apprehension. Yes, big words. Apprehension to constantly be spending and just knowing exactly, okay, what subscriptions do I no longer need? What am I constantly spending the money on? And why does my savings look so empty? You know, my savings need some love too. My savings needs to get fatter. And then obviously, when it comes to credit card, right? You see how you don't want to use more than 30% of your entire credit card limit. So if your balance is, let's say, a $10,000 credit line, you don't want to use more than 30%, so about $3,000. Not only will you be able to pay it off, but the credit bureau, stuff like that, will see that you have a good credit utilization to credit availability ratio as well. I understand. But yo, while you're here, watch my past video right here on why Uber Eats is ruining your life. Yes, Uber Eats is ruining your life.
How? How have you? Oh man, you're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. Ruining.
Or watch my other video right here on how you can save a ton of money on your utility bills, electricity, gas, etc., etc. Watch that video right here. As always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? Say it with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces.
It's like a nigga fasting, all them demons lurking at me, I won't let them back in. I've been really working while they napping. Tell me why you can't be real with me, show your actions. I've been keeping it 1,000, you've been keeping fractions. But I bet when I'm a blow, they be wanna back in.